Hey guys, welcome back to another crazy fun-filled episode of the Garage Jam Talks with your host Arwen Magma. Today's guest is a crazy dude. I know him for years. His craziness hasn't stopped. Oh my god, he wreaked havoc here when he came. So sit tight. We will tune into the episode right after we get into the sponsor video. NZXT. Here we go. NZXT is a gaming product company and drives through its vision of helping PC users to build just the right PC for themselves. You can never go wrong as it has beautifully engineered routing channels. Build a great gaming experience with NZXT. Visit the website today. All right, welcome back to the episode with our guest for this evening. Please welcome SMR without the A. Although you had the A when you were in the band. ASMR. That was a bad joke. What are you trying?
ASMR. Anyway, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You've just tuned into
ASMR radio.
Simple Man Radio, also doing ASMR. The ASMR episode of the Simple Man Radio.
No, don't do that. It's just gonna creep out people. But yes, welcome Samir M. Rao to the podcast.
What's up, Arwen?
What's up? The sky is the limit. And thanks to you for giving me the push that was needed to start this podcast. It's all because of him. He and there's one special person that I want to name before you. I'm sorry.
But thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome.
And he is Mr. Nakwi Ahmed of NZXT. And Nakwi sir has like pushed me a lot to find that drive to be able to do what I want to do. And well, here I am. And it's all thanks to Mr. Nakwi. And yes, he's like a brother, a father figure, whatever you want to call. Like, you know, when you go out in the world, you find inspiration, right?
Yeah.
In people, in the right people. They don't really have to be millionaires or Ratan Tatas and whatnot, but they're those people who just come into your life and
properly inspire you.
Exactly. They don't do it with that intention.
Yeah.
But it just happens, right?
Yes.
So that is what has happened with me. There are three people in my life that I want to thank for this. The first person being Sakit Jalan. The second person being Mr. Rajendra Golcha, with who I work. And the third person is Mr. Nakwi Ahmed. He's a charmer. That's all I can say. And then the fourth person is sitting right here.
I was actually going to say like I was going to be like a minor prize in after these 3 awards have been given out.
No, nothing like that.
But
nothing like
thank
that,
you, man.
Yeah, you've pushed me to be able to do this, and that's why you were like in between the episodes, like going into the prime slots.
Yes, yeah.
There are no prime slots, but I'm just kidding. You know, it's like I wanted this to be a surprise where I know that I've proved myself by doing at least a couple episodes before I call you here and then showboat a little bit.
I know. I'm feeling the showboat, by the way. It's like, I know Arwen, and I know how he likes to showboat. And my God, he is the queen.
Ouch.
Because like, of course, like when I was in the band, I was actually trying to out queen him in some situations. But yeah, he's still top queen. I'm just a princess. But I don't know why I even went there. But anyway, this was awesome. Like I love the first few episodes that I saw. I love the first one especially because I was just like, damn, he started it. And it's also the first one that I didn't listen to completely as well. But the second one, I delved into it.
Thank
It was
you.
awesome. So I'm like, finally, you listen to me, and I have to listen to. Sometimes I have to listen to my own advice.
Yeah. Yeah. That never works well.
I am a hopeless idol to myself in that way.
I think we all are that. We are good at giving advices, but we're never good at taking the same advices,
Never.
either from other people or from ourselves.
No.
So it doesn't work out. But then, yes, we are not here to talk about advising ourselves, but
Yes.
here we are talking about you. So welcome to the Garage Jam Talks.
What up, ladies and gentlemen?
And this is the best part. I met Samir at the Garage Jam. Samir and gang.
Yes.
Samir and gang that came into my life, and it was all a gang bang.
Guess how many gang members he saw at the first time?
I don't know, 12 people, I think.
One. What? It was just me.
No, dude. Everybody had come.
Sonaksh brought me there.
Sonaksh, you, Harshit, then there were a lot of people who had come. It was an open mic. And you guys just came and chilled, and we all enjoyed. And then I think 3-4 years down the lane, I gave you a call once at 1 o'clock midnight.
You actually did, yeah.
And then we were talking about Foo Fighters and Nirvana. And then the next thing you know, dude, I'm looking for a bassist. Do you want to be a part of the band?
Yeah. And
it just changed.
Yeah, the I'll tell you what, that from then onwards, my life changed too. It was kind of awesome. Like, I wouldn't imagine that it actually happened. But in all of that journey, I just became a bigger and better person. But over time, I fell in love with music over and over and over again in that journey. From that journey, even a little bit before that journey, because I was about to give up music just before that happened. And over time, I just fell in love with it again. So in some way, I also found the Foo Fighters exactly then. Just when I was like completely rid of myself on something. I was just not in a good place, of course. And music was the best thing to get me out there, because I felt like being this hopeless little bull when I'm performing. Not like Max Verstappen, more like Albon on something. No, but that's what I think. I think even the first time that I saw you as this gorilla of this dude who just looked like this awesome gorilla who played grunge music. It was the best hit ever.
You mean,
I was mind blown by the fact that...
You mean a skinny gorilla that looked like he was half pregnant with long hair?
Kind of, yeah.
Looked like a girl from the back
Yes.
with skinny legs.
Yes.
Wearing loose clothes.
Yes. And and this is the best part. So growing up, I, of course, the music that you listen to helps you grow a little bit. And the music that I listened to actually led me to the Garage Jam.
Right.
Because I have to thank Mr. Sonaksh Singh Rawat. I love the dude. But he got me there saying that, dude, there's a concert. And this was the first time that I was like, I don't have to pay anything to be in a small concert. Like, what the fuck? You're taking me to a club? Like, no, I'm taking you to a garage. And the first time I was there, it was like this American dream. I'm not joking. Like, when I went there, I just I remember just not bunking. We attended college that entire day. And after that, we took a bus to, we took a metro to MG Road. No, we took a bus to MG Road.
There was no metro that time.
Yeah, there was no metro that time. We took a bus to MG Road, and then after that, we walked till the Garage Jam.
Wow.
And of course, Sonaksh and me were talking about the greatest death metal band ever, which was of course a debate. And of course, they talking about. I remember one of my best memories with him was we had a fight in college, but guess what it was about? About whether Kenny G played the saxophone in Careless Whisper.
That's, even I don't know.
Exactly. So we still don't know. So anyway, but sorry, random thing. But we got there and I saw amps, a drum set in the middle, And just like this dude, just with
Shady garage with
just
shady
like,
lights.
shady lights, and some people smoking next to it. And I was like, is this the punk scene? Like, is this what everybody is talking? Like, like where, like, punk and like the underground scene. I thought this was the underground scene.
I mean,
This was the underground scene.
It was
And
the underground
I
scene.
didn't believe that. I found it. I was just like, okay, wow. Because I the music and and all of my influences that I know of. This was one of the coolest places I have ever been to. I wanted to play there so bad, but I wasn't good enough. It was one of those stories, people. I wanted to play there, but
we are never good enough.
Yes, I
Even
know
now,
that.
so-
Yeah, the best part was when I had my seniors band.
Mhm.
Okay, it was called Chimera.
I think I partially
Yes.
remember the name.
Yeah, Chimera, and but these guys played, and I played after them at the Garage Jam, which is still a really cool moment for me, because like they were one of these bands in college that I really liked, and Sonakshi liked Phantom. And ever since then, I just remember, even though you are about to crash and burn with wherever you're going, just don't give up on the performance aspect of music, because I get to proudly tell people today that, hey, dude, I started from parking lots and like small garages and tricked out places, somebody's balcony and all of those things. And this was the coolest place.
Thank you.
And this was the coolest place. And after that, when I called him in 2017, I called him.
You did? No,
I called him actually, because I had the most horrible time like 3 days ago, when the band that I had formed with friends of mine, with a couple of best friends of mine, did not really work out because we got cancelled twice at their college.
Oh.
I'm not mentioning any names, Jane. But right after that, I called him to get us a gig. And he asked, like, do you need a bassist? And I just started learning the bass. And I also have to say that I like making earthquakes. I like being an earthquake maker because of you guys as well. Because I didn't know how good it was until I kept playing, kept learning with different kinds of people. Just that's what's important. But you started it off. But you started it off properly for me. So yeah, that's when I met Arwen. And above and beyond that, I think just our love for Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
And Nirvana, and like I love three pieces. I'm I have a trio.
3-piece bikini.
Yes, that too. I like to work hard. The third one, it's like some more mystery. But no, I love trios, and you were listening to a lot of at that point of time. Some of the music that I really liked, you said, let's play it," which I loved. So when I was in the band, so that's all I can say. Garage Jam.
That's how it started.
I can't believe it started in a garage and now it's in Arwen's room as a podcast.
I don't know if that's an upgrade or a downgrade.
No,
but
it is somewhat of an upgrade. It is not a somewhat of an upgrade. I'll tell you what, if probably this turns into like a really big show and you actually have like musical guests and stuff.
So I'll also have some monkeys and one robotic voice that says, "The Garage Jam Podcast," just like Joe Rogan's podcast.
Exactly.
Joe Rogan.
I was planning the same thing. You have to have your own
Monkeys?
Yeah.
Is it too late now to say sorry?
Yes. So, but apart from that, I wanted to ask you, Arwen, what were you thinking of when you actually gave me that call?
Hold on, this is supposed to be my podcast.
Yeah, sorry. I love you, man, but like.
This is the problem. Whenever you're here, you like steal my show away, always.
I'm a thunder stealer, according to people. And I'm really sorry. I don't mean to do it. Like,
No, it's
I love
okay.
you guys, but
I don't care. It's okay. It's fun.
just that
Take over.
I'm like, yeah, no, but like, when I hope my podcast does well and I have you over for an awesome show.
And then I steal your thunder.
No, I was thinking we go out, like, go-karting, yes.
Oh shit. Okay.
Or we can do what you want as well. That's on my podcast, probably this one.
It doesn't matter. We'll figure it out.
But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, you asked me a question. So what was I thinking when I called you?
Yeah.
I was thinking that I was talking to a friend, a fellow musician who understands the music that I do and who respects the integrity of the music that the band does, and has the same enthusiasm that I had, because I don't understand enthusiasm as such, because when I started also the band, for me, it was all new experiences throughout. So I don't get super excited, you know that. I get super anxious about things, and then, we just go kill it, and I'm still like, yeah, it's not, yeah, kind of a thing. But for me, when I was, what, fuck you. When I was talking about that, when I asked you that question, or when I popped the question, so for me, it was like, I knew what I was getting, and I was prepared for that, partially. But I just hope that you said yes. And that happened. And then everything just...
Yes.
Yeah.
And I had the coolest 2 years of my life after that. Like
3. More than 3, actually.
Third one was not that great, but...
Bastard.
I'm sorry. No. But like, of course, I loved spending time here, and I loved spending time on stage with all of the people that I met through this band, with this band. But my favorite will be when we went for that tour, when we did that small tour.
Dude, 17, 18, 19, 20. 4 years.
Yes. I believe that I loved being here. Like, I hope I helped the band.
You did. I'm sure the others would also agree to that.
Because this was it. Like, even on like multiple situations when we were trying to make it work between us, because of when times got hard, we respected the fact that we were who we are at some point of time. But like, apart from that, you were always very excited to have me around, which I loved, because that's what you need. You need good bandmates. You need good bandmates who are like, even if they're angry at you, they would love to have you there. Like, that's the kind of
It's the insecurity that you have when you do not have everything. And I have OCD.
Yes.
You people know about my OCD.
Yes.
Like, the plectrum's in that box and it goes in that bag.
Yes.
And,
And I am the exact opposite. I am
ruin everything.
like, even my current position at my company, Simple Man Radio, is that I'm chief chaos officer. So
Chief chaos officer.
I also handle a little bit of trauma management, but like, I don't want to give myself
you give the trauma to others.
Yes,
so
exactly.
what are you managing there?
I come back and I help out. Like,
you mean you add the trauma to one person and then take it away and throw it to the other person and then take it away, so the cycle goes on.
Yes, this is how you.
Okay.
No, but apart from that, my favorite part was when I joined the band. I had the coolest 3 months leading up to it, because he said that tour, and I was like, what? Okay.
Yeah. Like, you're coming to the band and we're going to have a tour after 2 months.
I'm not sure. And at this point of time, I have to tell you that I, of course, thought that I wasn't good enough. Like, I was like, oh, I'm going on tour. I don't deserve sometime.
You even screwed up the, what do you say? The demo session?
Yeah, which one?
The demo session that we had.
The demo session was horrible, yes.
What is it called? Audition.
Yes, audition. Yes, my audition was horrible.
Yeah.
My second audition was what just was on the money. But like, yeah.
We knew you were in anyways, so it doesn't really matter.
No, but like, apart from that, like, I want to tell you that when I still take this, I still give this moment to every other musician out there that I meet when they ask me. Me waking up in the back seat of Amog's car with the bass beside me, and like the road going by, and suddenly I wondered where I was, and and then just that moment, that fleeting moment when you tell yourself, I'm on tour with a band that likes to play the music that I love to play.
It's fun.
And right behind me was this guy in the Doraemon, and ever so slightly I can still see the smile on his face as well when we did that. And everybody's faces, and that's where I remember. That's when I remember, just like we were on. It was a beautiful road to Hyderabad. Hyderabad was a little iffy, but I still loved it. That was my first gig outside. I can like
Chennai was horrible, dude. Chennai roads were horrible.
Chennai roads were horrible, but the gig was
good.
I remember not having a left knee. after that gig.
I remember Vinay
Jump Master
searching for notes while he's playing, while he forgets the
Yes.
songs because we didn't jam.
That was the first time I also saw the drummer's
Glass case?
Glass cage. Yeah.
Yeah, cage.
Cage,
actually.
yeah.
You can't
So
call it a
like
case.
it was so weird. Like I thought, and also the venue itself was a music school. Was it a music school?
was a
or something?
music school.
And it was padded all around. And at the same time, the sound was great because we were just on the edge of our, like, you know, all of how our limit got. The drums were really good, and you know, probably the vocals too, because it was really nice place and the crowd was amazing. We got a big crowd going, and I remember I fell trying to jump after on the chorus of Smells Like Teen Spirit, hit my knee on the monitor that was in front of me, and then begin to tumble, but then I got back up as soon as possible and we still went for it. But like, yeah, I loved that gig. I loved that gig.
So before the crowd starts judging me for calling a bandmate, he's an ex-bandmate. And the reason he's here is because he's going to talk about his experience, what happens post One Fret Away. So we are still in the One Fret Away phase. Then we'll go to the post One Fret Away phase, understanding what happened in the last 2 years. But okay, before we talk more about everything else, and let's tell the audience who you are, like, other than the guy monkeying around on the stage and you being you. Who are you actually? Like, what's your story behind the guitar?
Okay, so this is I want to.
You should start with your name.
Okay, you've just tuned into Samir M. Rao. That's my name. That's my name when I became I think 11. No, not 11. 8. Before that, I had changing surnames, but just at 8, I got SMR. So, like, I was like, yeah.
Behti hawa sa tha wo.
So, ever since the start, like, I loved music. I loved music because when I was 4 years old, my uncle, who is the cultural head and mechanical faculty, senior mechanical faculty of MSRIT, treated me like his own kid and took me to MSRIT since I was a little kid. Like, literally, I've grown up in that college, like looking at fests and stuff like that. And I never knew who those people were. But my God, there were concerts, there were games. This was like, you know, it kind of bowled me over at that point of time. So I thank him for the love for cars and the love for music, because we were waiting in the car outside a restaurant in Malleshwaram. And I said, can you please play something? And the radio wasn't working. Mm-hmm. So he played the CD that he got, and I heard Summer of '69 for the first time. And then before that, of course, as a baby, I was said that I was taken to a lot of movies as well. It's not the right place for a baby to be. Like, what do I get? I'm just like, oh my God, the ship is sinking. I'm just a baby. What do I do?
Oh, so we back to the ship.
And then trip out in the theater. But no, I heard Summer of '69 and I heard the electric guitar. And then I heard the kick and the snare and Brian's voice, Brian's prime Brian's voice. I love Bryan Adams, by the way. I love the dude. Like, I want to be him. I still want to be him. I love the dude. So, after that, I just got invested in different kinds of music. When it really hit me that I had to play was when I was 10 years old. I was in school. I talked to two guys, two of which who both have been my ex-bandmates. I love them. We were just at that point of time just like, dude, let's start a band. Mm-hmm. And even before that, I have to thank this senior who showed me more music, because I had listened to Linkin Park when I used to sneak up to my brother's room. All his elder friends were over. He was 10 years older to me. So it was like, I used to sneak up to his room and I heard Numb and In the End for the first time. I'm like, what is this sound? What is this beautiful thing? And in some way, like, it's not that I did not like beautiful melodic pieces. I loved heavy. I loved the rage. Mm-hmm. I loved sound. I loved a fist fight, but like we're all brothers about it. Basically, I love a mosh pit, but ever since I was little, I kind of loved it. I loved the fact that we all, like humans, can come into a congregation, a giant congregation, and all sing as one. And like this music helps us grow and like it makes me feel powerful. And that's why I love performing. And that is when I started. But apart from that, all of this music and everybody I've met on the journey here has made me an amazing musician, I have to say, including you. So right now I go as Chief Chaos Officer at Simple Man Radio. But apart from that, I'm also handling trauma. I am the weather. I have many attributes of which I can call my other friends: thunder, lightning, famine, antimatter and all, and my other friends. But I just like to say that whenever I want people to see me on stage, I want them to have an experience like Nonetheless. I really want them to say that in some way they'll remember that, holy crap, who is this? Well, why is he so powerful? But apart from that, that's not what I loved it. And I got a re-education in why I love music. It is the congregation. It is not just the appreciation, but it is a congregation. I was a part, because once you're a part of the crowd, and then you hopefully love to see, once you're on stage, you'll someday wish for that same thing. And that's how I've grown. So right now, I've been through my musical journey, started just before you. Started writing for myself just a little bit. Wanted to make a band happen, but didn't. Went to a beautiful guitar class near my neighborhood. Started with a Gibson guitar.
We all do. Thanks, Kolkata.
Thank you, Kolkata. Kot barobar jeet pa.
What?
The Night Riders thing.
Okay, never mind.
Anyway, so I loved it. It was my first guitar, and I bought it at Veena Musicals. I don't know why I'm looking at the freaking camera like as if you guys are gonna come later, but like we love you. Thanks for
Veena Musicals. My first guitar was from Veena.
Yes, exactly. So like I started learning, and I remember learning open chords and like learning to sing. I loved singing old songs. I tried to sing "Ye Sham Masatani" because my parents, of course, like I had people around me playing the radio. My mom always listens to the radio. My mom has a radio at all the time next to her.
Nice.
And my dad likes anxiety, so he keeps like watching the news. So sorry, I love you, Dad, but like, yeah. So but like I have very weird taste from a lot of people with regards to movies as well. I love older movies because of not just the message behind it, but also the music behind it. It just feels like
the song never ends.
The song never ends. It has many parts to it, and like I just love listening to songs from the 80s and 90s when Ilayaraja was on like prime Ilayaraja mode. Like everything was like a 17-minute song with like a backing track laid into it, reprise, and it gave me an idea of soundscape as well. So I love singing old songs because at a young age, my parents always tried to make sure that I didn't look at anything bad influential. I became a small bull, a raging bull, when I joined One Fret Away, and then grew up to be a bull bear of some sorts. And I loved the bass, and now I sing with the bass guitar. So I love that about what I learned from being like, being a bassist and going on this journey.
So what made you pick up the bass guitar? Like, did you know that you wanted to be a bassy?
No. I'm sorry, guys, but like, come on. We start off with normal guitars, of course. So yeah. But I picked up the bass because I think, one of my dear friends, Megha Ranjini, from PES, one of my seniors, she called me to be a part of a fusion act that was going on TV. And she was like, can you play bass for it? And I was like, are you sure? I'll play guitar. No, we already have a guitar, but can you play bass for it? And at this point of time, I was like, you know what? I'm not getting anything. I'm not getting any money, but I'll be on like TV on like, so let me just try it out. So I borrowed this amazing cart bass from my friend, not knowing what that thing was. And I played that show. And I was playing it like how I would play an electric guitar as well as an acoustic guitar with 4 strings, and I just tried to make stuff up. And everyone was just like, wow, you never told us. And I was like, I just got to know now that I'm playing this well. So yeah. And then after that, I just listened to a lot of influences that played the bass and sang. Sting. I love you, man. I love you. Sting, and I love Bowie. I just have to say, like, that's there. But also Master Chris Harris from Maiden. Thank you. I saw Maiden when I was 13, by the way.
Lucky.
And I was like, oh my God, look at that. I saw Trooper. So it just helped the dream. And I think, coming back to the introduction, this is the bad part. I kind of lead you into a different zone. And that's what I did to him as well. So yes, I play bass, and I'm the lead singer of Simple Man Radio, my own band.
We all registered that already.
Yes, thank you. Sorry. I'm just very happy because I finally found the name, and it's not just the name that I've kind of thought of to change it later. I just it holds a dear near meaning to me. So yeah.
So let's get into a little bit of controversy. So we have established who you are. We have established where you came from. We have established why you are a bassy, or whatever you do, why you do it. So why the name Simple Man Radio?
So at one point of time, this was about 2 years ago. This was about a year and a half ago when we had a very understanding but very heartfelt breakup. I left 1 fret away, and this was just me like trying to pick up pieces where I left off, because I had left home. I had tried to move out of my house back then, and then I had to move back into my house because my grandpa died. But then I remembered of all of the influences. Something my Spotify and Apple Music and YouTube is what I have to thank for helping me go into like super shock, because like the world wasn't the same. Like after you've been through so much, and you have to get back to square one.
Right.
So when that happened, I remembered I was home trying to help out as much as possible, and I searched for this song. I searched for something that could calm me down on my on my playlist, on all of my apps, and then I remembered just not playing guitar for a very long time as well. But then the minute I picked up the guitar, months later, I played this song, which was Simple Man from Lynyrd Skynyrd, and it's powerful, but with a very simple meaning to it. It kind of made me think about how I want a song to be as well, and how everybody would want a song to be as well. So that, and somehow I knew that I was not that sound. I loved meaning. I loved writing lyrics, and I wanted the lyrics to be kind of simple, but like it's going all over the place now. As a writer as well, I've grown. I really love writing, by the way. That's what got me into music, lyrics. Before the distortion as well, just the meaning behind it. Quoting Bryan Adams, "It cuts like a knife, but it feels so right." Wow, seriously? Like, so that's that. Yeah. So it's that's what helped me. And the radio. Now, the radio came from my mom. People kept saying that I have a great voice. And sometimes I have to be very frank with the world around me, and I've been with my loved ones as well. I'm not completely accepting of it. In some way, I don't hear my own baritone. I hear a sissy. I don't know what you guys are hearing. I wish I had monitors.
No. I'm sure it is all on the low key.
Yeah. So like I just felt like I wanted to talk to people. I love talking to people. And that's what I love. So my music would want to talk to people. All of my songs want to talk to people. So I called it Simple Man Radio. And when I met my bandmates, who I love very much, because these guys kind of just the way they found me was also very cool. My old friend from college and one of my near dear my actor friends, his younger brother, who's an amazing drummer. We came together because all three of us have 3 different attributes. that we have to the band, which I loved in a trio. Shout out to Scrat and every other 3-piece out there for helping me get the sound. But I wanted to be the chaos, and I wanted a little bit of order in the chaos. So that's where Mr. Math comes in, Monsieur Strasa, as I call him, Karthik Road, and he also loves simplicity. He loves the kind of music he loves is also great. And then I met Darshan Raju, who is lightning. But he's not lightning. He's not like full rage lightning. He's not storming. There's like few moments when we can make him storm, but like right now he's like a calm storm going over the sea in some way. But then I got to know that what we really were melodic math punk, where he's the melody, he paints the picture, and Mr. Monsieur Strasser gives the time to it. And I am somewhat the chaotic energy that makes it a 3D picture or something. Wow. Yeah. So I don't know. In some way, even the new songs that I wrote and some of the songs that I previously wrote that we performed, they felt like we were a thing. We were trying to make our own gravity happen. And that's what I always love. So like with that kind of gravity, I had the confidence even more as not just an MC, but also a lyricist and a singer, to take the audiences by storm. Because of course we did take audiences by storm. That was one of the best parts of my life, just like chilling with you on stage. Still would love to, if you'll have me. Under my conditions.
We shall talk about it.
No, but apart from that, that's the sound that what I'm doing right now. But apart from that, I'm a theater actor. So basically, I did BBA in PES. Before that, I was a science student, but of course, math couldn't get it. Had to get a drummer to explain to me what math was.
Seriously?
No.
Science student?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. HJKP. So I don't know why I did that as well. That was not our science. We were little kids.
It's either Do Boon Zindagi Ke or what is that Pan Parag thing? Zuba Kesari.
Zuba. Aita. Yeah. So, but I did BBA. I graduated BBA from PES University. After that, I worked as a QC for Prime Focus Tech when I was just writing scripts and stuff like that. Then I took a trip to Kashmir, which changed my life. And then I came back
as a terrorist.
Yeah. Yes. I'm
stereotyping. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, that is also there. No, but that place also reminded me of something. It gave me something musically. And I miss a dear, near friend who's working elsewhere right now, but I do miss him. Thanks for taking me there. Thanks for showing me the place.
We all know who he is.
Yeah. But right after that, I was in Volkswagen as a premium sales exec. I love cars. When I was 4 years old, though, one thing that got to me was music and like art and things happening, creation of artistic things, artistic expression, but also cars. Mm-hmm. I love anything that runs on an engine or anything that moves and can build up speed and can turn and stuff like that. I am a huge enthusiast. I wanted to be an automotive engineer, but again, just a lazy little sot. But I'm still getting there. I mean, I'm not letting anything rest. So I love cars. I worked at Volkswagen, had a great time for about 11 months. I went to, then just 3 months before the pandemic, I wanted to go see Weekender. I went to Weekender, and then I came back and I quit my job, and I just wanted to do music. So 2020 and 2021 were just about rebuilding myself, just regaining who I am with a lot of help. I was gigging with the Fusion Band and alone at virtual and non-virtual places. And of course, we were recording the album and everything. And then I got an idea, a picture of what my story was and how I formed my sound there as well. So after that, I worked as a delegate acquisition executive, a sales consultant sort of role at a startup. And now I also freelance. I love playing gigs. That's what I love doing. So if anybody's watching out there, Please book me. Yeah.
Band whore.
Yeah, no, but yes, I love performing, and if you'd give me the chance to perform for you, let me also take control of the situation, because trust me, I would love to make people have fun. That's my main goal. He knows it.
I can guarantee that. I can vouch for it.
Yeah, so that's what I do right now. I love performing, and with regards to music, I have to also tell. With only Arwen and very few people, I've had the opportunity of recording and seeing people record. I've seen and like observed people recording, and I've tried to record as well. And somehow I felt like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna record something much later. I still have a lot to write in my story for some reason, and I'm just like still writing. And the writing, I told myself 7 songs. Okay, I'll write 7 songs and then I'll record. I'm up to 16 now, and I still haven't thought about recording any one of them properly. A few that I have done. I didn't want to like put it out yet, so I'm building a story.
I understand that your musical journey is just begun, is I think what
No.
we can say.
I wouldn't say that. I begun with you, my friend. Like begun with when I started really putting myself on stage. But because even before that, I was writing. You guys gave me a musical aspect to it. I felt like I was always writing stuff down, and I was with a lot of people who wouldn't really. I mean, of course, push you. Some people are not just encouraging. Not encouraging at all, and that would put you down. But then I learned a lot from you, and I think that's a musical journey start when you really pick up the instrument. So it started with you, and like I think throughout growing till here, everybody out there is like big building blocks. You have like 4 floors to yourself in that building that I've built.
So reiterating myself, you basically removed your old strings and cleaned your guitar and put new ones.
And I also serviced it.
Yeah.
And I bought new cables, and just thought about my sound more, got rigs, understood a little bit more sound, understood how to write, use my voice differently also, because I'm very excited for people to listen to what I have. They're going to be so confused. They're going to love it, but going to be so confused after it. I am at a stage where I have, so what in an arsenal in some way of what I want, I would want like, a bazooka. Mm-hmm. As in like I want a more engulfing sound from my bass, because I feel like I want to be an 808 as well. I want to sound like an 808. Right now I sound like Mike Dirnt, but like early Mike Dirnt, and like 70s and stuff. And I have and I like a little bit of distortion on that, and I make myself sound like how Trujillo sounds on like Metallica records, like really gosh, but with a beam, like with a big thick body to it, because of just being a 3-piece.
So basically what you're trying to say is you want to take the hand rest of AK-47 and put it in an MP4.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
I don't know if that made sense to people, but
I don't know if that made sense to me either, but like I was like, on the bass you feel powerful. You played the bass, right? And I think like on the see, that's what I felt. See, when I'm playing guitar, right, I the way that I solo as well is I'm taking my time with it, and like even if I would like to go fast, I'm going to make sure that it's just radical and has its own kind of sound. That's with everybody.
I don't think the guitar just suits you, because somehow
This prejudice has been there for years, ladies and gentlemen. Letting you know.
I'm just saying.
You look like a bassist. Like, oh my God, you look like a bass.
You have that spirit of a bass guitarist.
Yeah.
You have a spirit of a bass guitarist. Forget about having guitars. Even if you buy like 10 guitars tomorrow and tell me, dude, this is my collection. Nah, I'll give you my grass and pick it up and you'll go clink, 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 clink on it. And that's how you are. That's how somehow it's very difficult to portray you with a guitar.
But I don't know. But I'm not a very good slapper.
Yeah, I know.
slap and picker. I'm improving, but like I love to pick.
Unfortunately, I've seen that part of yours where you could not slap or
Yes, I could just like gadang, gadang. But like I think that's what I loved about the bass guitar is just that like I could just give this thing hell and it'll just keep taking the punishment with me.
You're like an old school punk rocker who likes to have long straps and keep the bass below the groin.
Yes, I do.
I started doing that looking at punk rock bands, so that's why all my guitar straps are low. And then I realized it is very difficult. So now I have different positions in which I play the guitar, and when people look at me, they why are you holding guitar like an amateur? Like, fuck you, this is my style.
Exactly. Just like you drink your beer and just like chill already.
I know.
You're here for the.
How
You're
does
not
it matter?
interviewing me.
I can fucking play the guitar still. And you know what? That is, I
Yeah.
think, something that we learn while we're doing it, because you start by copying someone and then you end up being yourself because you find that spot somewhere in between.
You were the one who actually pointed out to me and even confirmed to me that everybody has their own style of playing, because I found out what my style of playing is, and then by sticking onto it, I know what I sound like and what a band should sound like.
We did have a lot of arguments in between that, because the time gap of you searching that right tone or searching the bass guitarist part of you in the band was kind of conflicting in between, and then somehow it just felt right.
Yeah. I was just
It was just there.
this stout dude in the back making small earthquakes. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, but still, it was.
I loved it. I loved playing bass to all of the songs we were playing as well. It gave me such a beautiful time to jump. I'm a jumper, and if I hold the bass guitar, I need to jump. And even the songs that I write, like I'm kind of jumping. I wish I wasn't singing so that I could be jumping all the time, but in some way I want to sing.
I gave you that space in the band to jump around as much as you want.
Yeah. By the way,
we gave hell to Indigo.
We did.
We did.
But I definitely think that it was their fault. What kind of beautiful stage setup was that? I felt great. I was off, but I felt great.
And the best part is during the show, I'm just plugging in for soundcheck and my vocal processor blows up. Right when the previous evening the warranty got over.
I know exactly. So that's the thing. So you with that, I used to look at your space while performing.
I've taken 3 people's space on the stage.
He has a processor for his voice. He has for his mic. He has a processor for the guitar. He had at one point of time, which I thought was very sissy, by the way. I don't like the fact that he did it alone. That he had LED lights for just his mic stand during the tour, as well as
no, it was Christmas. It was fun.
You took it to Hyderabad as well, and I was like, what are we then? We felt like peasants because we didn't have LED. I felt like one because I mean all of the by the way, but like that also gave me a big chance to tell that every venue out there, thank you for giving us a chance. Please, for the love of God, because we love you, improve your equipment and like just please, for the love of God, like make music okay again, like be an amazing venue again. That's what I'm trying to say.
I think most of the venues are there right now doing this stuff, but then the problem is that everything is just gone commercial now.
Yeah, no, I have to thank all the ones that still give me a lot of jump space. Thank God I have jump space. Or else.
But what's your next step now in your journey? I mean, you boarded the train. Yes, the train doesn't have a destination, so.
Oh, sorry. Is it a good time to?
Yeah, it is. It is.
God. Oh, you can't see it there.
Now, it will click a picture anyways and show it to everybody. Then. So, where do you see? I'm just gonna go corporate. Where do you see yourself? 2 years from now, not 5 years. 2 years from now.
Yeah. 2 years from now. So I've always wanted to gig at a certain places. It's like my wish list of venues as well as parts. Like basically, this is how you earn your stripes on your journey, right? Like you have to play these venues to get people to listen to you, and then the same people will accept you. So those are in the bag right now. I have other small projects that I play for. We play corporate shows and everything. But the next 2 years, I want to have an album out, maybe two singles, not maybe, 2 singles. An album, 2 singles. And I also want to go on something called the Ruins Tour, which people will find out when we're done with it. But yes, that's my future plans. And also to help every musician and artist around me. Because that's the lesson that I've learned in the past few months as well. You cannot be selfish with art, because it is everything. If you think about it, how everything has a deeper meaning within itself. So I feel like for our spirits, for our souls to be more beautiful as they are now, and to get better and to go on their own journey, we need to help out as many artists as possible, and like go to gigs, go to talk to them, listen to their stuff, and also perform with them. Never give up a chance to perform with different kind of musicians, because you learn something different from them at any point of time. I just want to make sure that in 2 years' time, we as a band would not just make musicians feel great, but also have a beautiful reputation for making everybody feel great, and making the people burn down whatever venue we're at, and then rebuild it later. Nice. Or just give it a new light. Yeah.
Old school.
Yeah,
that's who we are. That's how.
Yeah. I feel, and also I just like to also say, Arwen, it's been great rampaging with you, because we're both dinosaurs. And to all the other dinosaurs out there, we fucking love you. Like, I'm sorry I swore.
No, it's okay. But anyways, I would like to thank everybody who has been supporting, the podcast so far. Whoever has been watching, all the Garage Jam fans and all the music lovers and everybody else out there. Keep watching the show. Keep supporting us. Keep liking the videos. Keep sharing it as much as possible. And we have a tight resume for Samir M. Rao. SMR without the
Ladies
A.
and gentlemen.
Over here in this podcast, so you know where to find him. I'll add in all the links below the description. Once again, thank you, Samir. It was fun having you here as the wind blows through the AC.
See, electronics now controls the weather. Yeah. Now I have to go actually be the weather. But like, Arwen, this has been amazing. I love the fact that you started this. I love the fact that we've grown. I love the fact that I met you on that fateful Friday when I met him, and he said, "Nice Nirvana t-shirt." For all the times we've done Everlong, man. For all the times we've done Everlong. Yeah. Yes. So thank you so much. You guys out there, whoever's listening to this podcast, thank you so much. If I don't know you, you're going to be a dear and near friend to me and all my beautiful friends soon. Because that's what we need. We just need more love in the world.
So, just like always, old school never dies.
Old school never dies, people. Please treat us nicely, or we will dinosaur your asses.